the second phase, if we meet our burden on that, will be the actual equitable apportionment, which is the fair division between the two states. It's not a hard and fast rule. Each case is different, but the court's goal here, what we ask for, is to reallocate the water of the Catawba River equitably so that South Carolina gets its fair share. As many of you know, no less than American Rivers, a well-respected group, concluded that, and I believe Mr. Jobsis is here today, concluded that the Catawba River is the most endangered river in the United States. And when you've got the state of North Carolina applying its interbasin transfer statute to the tune already of permitting 72 million gallons per day of interbasin transfers, not just the Concord and Kannapolis, but several others before that. And then you've got other consumptive uses of the river from the state of North Carolina, particularly due through its evaporation and other processes. That puts a tremendous burden on the state of South Carolina by the time the water gets to the state line. And so we think in an endangered river that is particularly has problems in low flow in the summer droughts, these tremendous droughts that we've been seeing, the court has got to step in and reallocate the South Carolina's fair share of the water. And that's basically what our ultimate goal is in this case. We are not, many think we are against interbasin transfers. We are not against interbasin transfers. South Carolina has one. Those are very useful. But here in this case, we've got an endangered river, and you have a situation of 72 million and rising. Could be much more down the road. We've got to ask the court to call a halt to those interbasin transfers from the Catawba River. We have also, as I say, not only discovery, the master has agreed to a case management plan. That's a roadmap for how the case is to proceed down the road. Discovery, all of those things. We have on board a number of experts. We have hired two top quality hydrologists who are one of the hydrologists, incidentally, has testified in a number of original jurisdiction cases like this. And in fact, the master adopted his testimony in one of those cases and adopted his reasoning. So he's one of the tops in the profession. And then we have a climatologist also, and we have a resource economist to show, again, how South Carolina has suffered in terms of economic harm in terms of this water diversions in North Carolina. Let's see. I believe that's about it. Again, I want to stress that this is a team effort. Everybody counts in this thing, and we really appreciate everyone's help and strong input. And we're right here if anyone needs us. And do we want to entertain questions? Sure.
Did he leave anything out?
He covered it.
Also, those that have made financial contributions, because there was a while we were really had no money. That would be York County, the Lake Wateree Homeowners Association, and Rick Noble, the Lugoff Water District, Town of Great Falls, and Fairfield County Council. And we also want to thank the Catawba Riverkeepers Foundation that brought the case to heighten the attention on the case along with others. Park and Hunter, is anything, any detail that we should bring up at this point before we open up for questions? Child's Candy?
I think it was covered.
Gary, would you like to address the group?
Thank you. I'm Gary Simbrel, represent Rock Hill, and of course, my district is where the state line is, where the Catawba passes into South Carolina. And as you look around this room, you will see mainly those legislators that represent the Catawba and the Wateree area basins. But more importantly, I just want to stress the fact of what the Attorney General has done, because he recognizes the statewide impact of what we're facing here. Incidentally, I serve as a three-person member on the panel that deals with the budget for the Attorney General's office. And so last year we were able to put in $1.2 million to fight this battle, of which about 60% or so has been expended thus far, realizing then, of course, that as you explained, that the parties grew in number, which starts costing us more. Of course, this is not a time when you look at our economy to have to be putting more money behind this type of issue, but recognizing what we face here is really an issue we cannot afford to lose. And so this year, what we're working toward from a statewide standpoint is another $2.2 million allocated to the AG's office to continue this fight with North Carolina. We are in very capable hands. The Attorney General has done a remarkable job. The Governor is very supportive of this. The Speaker of the House is very supportive of this. And so those of us that recognize the importance, but we represent different and varying districts, have come together on this issue. So South Carolina has pulled together to recognize what we face as a state in the future. And I just want to take this time to thank you for all you've done as well, and we'll keep plugging to get the money there.
Just do it cheaply. Any questions for Gary Simbrel? All right, well, any questions by anybody for anybody? Yes, sir.
In regards to the intervention of Duke, Charlotte Mecklenburg, and others, you encourage that the appeal is going to be heard at the Supreme Court, but yet the special master elected to accept.
The special master ruled the wrong way.
Do we have any insight as to why she may have felt different in that?
Bob Cook?
Her legal reasoning was, the way the U.S. Supreme Court has postured it, as I said a while ago, intervention is discouraged in original jurisdiction, is very rare. The master concluded what the court requires is that each intervener show a compelling interest as to why they should be allowed to intervene and not allow the state of which they are a part to represent their interest. She concluded basically that all three were compelling, each in their own way. She said that Duke was compelling because it has a right to protect its licenses and its federal license and its the comprehensive relicensing agreement in the litigation. She concluded that the city of Charlotte had a right to protect its interbasin transfer. She said Catawba River Water Supply also had a compelling interest to protect its interbasin transfer, which incidentally originally was granted by South Carolina. But in other words, all three were compelling, and all, each in their own way, gave equal standing to them for different reasons.